Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back from the ad break. You are still watching Prime Life. Now, when it comes to cybersecurity, knowledge is power. And today we are joined by Shahid Ahmad, a seasoned security specialist and consultant for CyberKnight. And he's going to be sharing with us his expertise on safeguarding small home businesses from cyber threats. Shahid brings a wealth of experience in his dynamic and ever evolving field, and I cannot wait to learn everything from his knowledge and his insight. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us on Prime Live.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you for having me.
Jazakallah. I think this is a very interesting topic because whenever we speak about cybersecurity, I don't think we mention small businesses because it's like, what cybersecurity are you talking about?
I think that's exactly it. If we have to have a look at it, cybersecurity has exploded over the last couple of years. Big businesses are still grappling with that. So, we always focused on the large businesses, the large enterprises, and now we are here where we know that it's not just the large enterprises we need to look after, but the small and medium businesses as well.
That's very interesting. And let's speak about, for someone who has a small business, right? What are some of the security measures or cybersecurity measures that they can take to protect their online presence?
So if we look at the small businesses, like let's talk about somebody that has started out, they've got a very small home business and they're trying to, just make their ends meet with a small business. So their thoughts is not around cybersecurity really, or it's not a big focus. It's fairly small things that you can really do. It's like ensuring that your emails are extremely separate. So something simple to that. So for instance, your banking email, that you have your bank account, your business bank account, that's a very separate email. So when you get emails that come through on that and somebody mails you on that particular email, it could be a phishing email or somebody trying to extort, your password from your bank account. Doing certain things like multi-factor authenticator. So we all know what that is now, where if you log on, you've got to get a PIN code from either your cell phone or on your email to log into your into that particular application. So those are just some of the small things that we think small businesses should start taking into consideration. So separating your emails, getting a multi-factor authenticator, password manager, which is so important, right? Because what we do is we keep the same password for everything. Have a password manager, segment those password managers, and don't use your personal email that should get everything on there for everything else. So your orders can be on a separate email as well. It's a bit of PT, it's a bit of work, but in the long run, that's going to help you.
And in terms of the home-based businesses, can we talk about the risks that usually, or cybersecurity risks that usually target is home-based businesses or small businesses specifically?
So if we look at it, everybody's like, I'm a small business, why would they target me? It's where the threat actors start. They start to hone their skills by targeting the small businesses. They hone their skills by going after the small businesses to practice these specific techniques and how they can get into the bigger businesses. Some of the small businesses are connected to the large businesses. So there might be certain consultants that's connected to the large business. So getting into these small businesses, that's what a threat actor tries to do. So it's simple things like a phishing campaign. You just went on to Takealot and you saw something that you liked. So they will send you a link to click on, and you click on the link and you've got to put in all of your personal information. Then they've extracted and taken as much money as they can from your bank account, even if they've just taken a 2,000, a 5,000, a 10,000. For them, they got in, they did what they needed to do, and they get out. And they will target as many businesses as they can. So it's about understanding that phishing attacks are real. It's understanding that imposter syndromes they're real. People pretending that they your friend on WhatsApp so that they can extract or extort your business.
That is actually very scary. And how can small businesses stay up to date with the latest ways they can protect their businesses, but also in terms of the resources? What resources can you recommend so that they can protect themselves?
So I think it's about knowledge today. I mean, I think you've said it right. Knowledge is power. Learning a lot. Today we have the access of the internet and the social media. So it's about reading and learning about these particular things. It's not saying you got to go in as in depth as a professional cybersecurity specialist, but it's about understanding what those threats are that's out there. Simple tools like utilizing, if you're a very small business, the Googles and the Gmails are okay. But if you're a larger business or growing, I would say, and you can afford to get it, get Microsoft if needs be. And Microsoft does cater for small businesses, and it's not that expensive. It's around the range between 2 or 500 rand to protect your business, and it's going to help you in the long run. You know that 2 or 500 rand a month could probably stop them from shutting down your business for a month, and then you got no income at the end of the day.
No, that's very good that you mentioned the cost, because I think a lot of people think that cybersecurity for home-based businesses or small businesses is something that's complex, but also it can be expensive. But I'm grateful that you actually mentioned the cost. Now let's speak about some of the myths that are surrounding cybersecurity on small businesses.
People will say it's not going to happen to me. I'm too small. Why would they target me at the end of the day? I deal with a customer who's got about 10 users, and he turns over millions in a month. So that's obviously a business I want to target. If I'm a threat actor, I want to go after that particular individual. So it's not about how small you are. It's that these threat actors are going to target you in any case to practice at the end of the day to try and get in. So the myth is that it can't happen to me. It's like saying that, well, I'm driving my car, I'm very careful. I'm not going to cause an accident. It's not you. You've got to worry about the other guys on the outside at the end of the day. And that's basically what it's about. And let's put it into this perspective. What are these guys after? What are these threat actors after? They're after data, intellectual property. They're after the data to get your customers' data and money. So you've got all of that in your business in any case. So it would be quite essential for you to start taking it quite serious and say, if I'm starting out a business, I need to think about cybersecurity. I need to be very cognizant about the cybersecurity in my business, not just for me, but to protect my kids, my family at the end of the day. Because what we do, and I know it's another topic, but we like to put up, okay, I got awarded this deal, or I just bought myself a new car, and we put this up on social media. So social engineering, where these threat actors are seeing, oh, this guy got a new car, he might have money. His kid goes to this particular school because we put it up on the social media. So they try to use whatever techniques they've got to either ransomware you, extort you, or blackmail you to get as much money as they can.
I think the biggest misconception with people is assuming, especially now that we are in the digital era, is assuming no one's watching, or like, who really cares? My account is like under 1,000 followers or whatever. Who's really watching me? And that's how you get targeted. Now, in terms of data that you mentioned, that these people are actually targeting your data, intellectual property, and what are some of the tools or platforms that people can use to secure data?
There's various tools that you've got. I mean, just the simple one, Google at the end of the day. You've got your Google accounts, but using your Google account is using your Google account correctly. And as I've said, segmenting those specific emails. So having your email for your bank account, an email for your orders, if needs be, and then have your private email where anybody can email you whatever that they need to. Even so much as going as far as separating your social medias for your work social media and your business social media at the end of the day, quite important. But I also think it's vital that we've got to really understand, why are they coming after me and why will they target me? So you've got this Google account. I mean, it should be protected, right? Well, yes and no. So you've got to put in a password protector. You've got to put in multi-factor authenticator at the end of the day, and constantly change your password. Have unique passwords, not just put a password over there that says Aisha at 2025. You're laughing because that's probably one of your passwords.
Oh
So,
my God.
so that's the type of things that we've got to always take into
Yeah.
consideration.
I think that's yeah, I think we get lazy a lot on these platforms. Also, there's like a lot of platforms that we on, so different social media platforms, and you just end up getting too complacent. But in terms of, let's say, cybersecurity breach. Someone, you're a business owner, and then you are seeing that, okay, fine, this person has taken my information, or I'm hacked, or whatever it is. What can someone do to damage control? Let's speak on that. What are the platforms, what are the people that you can reach out to for help? Because I think one of the things about hackers or people that are after businesses or people's accounts is that they are very good at targeting you psychologically. They know you panic, and then you can give off some information because you're trying to retrieve, and there's a lot of mistakes that people can make. So what advice do you have for someone that has been hacked or whose security has been breached?
So I would say before you even do that, you need to start looking at specific tools like the McAfee's or the Microsofts, and they'll be able to tell you whether your information is on the dark web. Now, I don't want to promote for anybody, but there's various entities within South Africa that offers small businesses uh, um, cybersecurity offerings. But what I would suggest in that particular case, to contact people like myself at Cyber Night, and then we can help you guys and put you in touch with any of our partners, of our vendors that can assist and can help you to maybe retrieve some of your information. Look, it is the point around it would be they would lock you down for ransomware to say, I will give you the keys to your kingdom if you're going to pay X amount. And so it's pretty important to get in as quickly as possible. So either contacting myself at Cyber Night, and then we can drive it to whoever else that we know that can help you in that environment.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And finally, as we wrap up the conversation, what words or final words of advice do you have for home-based businesses and small businesses within the cybersecurity context?
I think we've got to think about it as our physical security, right? Our physical security and our digital security has a lot of similarities. If you think as the physical security, you put up your electric fence and you put up your motors and you put up your alarms and you lock your doors, so you ensure that all of that is protected. Now, similarly, in the digital environment, you've got your bank account that you want, you've got your CRM systems that you might have, your order systems, and all of this is transacted via email or transacted via WhatsApp or even on your Instagram accounts. You need to start looking at how do I protect that. A very simple thing, like I said, is segmenting those particular accounts on different emails, having multi-factor authenticators, constantly changing your passwords, not leaving your passwords very simple and very easy for people to connect. And also a very important one where you connect with your customers and maybe password protect the document. Let your customers know that it's password protected so that they know that it's coming from you. Or have a safe word with your customers to say, well, if ever you feel that I'm not that particular individual, ask me about our safe word. Just a quick 30-second story. Just the other day, one of my friends messaged me. Now, I know that he's changing his jobs. He messaged me from a new number. It had his profile picture on WhatsApp, and he knew my name. He goes, how are you, Shahid? And I'm like, you got a new number? He's like, yeah, save it. And I'm like, okay, great. And he asks me, can I please vote for him? I'm like, sure, I'll vote for you. He's like, well, I'm going to send the link, and then the code will come to you, and then send the code back to me. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound right. So I asked him a personal question that I know him extremely well, and I asked him the question, and he didn't answer me, and he kept pushing and kept pushing. So I phoned him on the other number, and he's like, no, I don't have a new number. So even with me, I needed to double check and make sure before I even got caught on that. So we've got to be very aware and very cognizant about that.
Shahid, thank you so much for sharing with us some of the tips around cybersecurity, especially in protecting small businesses and home-based businesses. So Jazakallah for your time.
Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Viewers at home, this was such an interesting conversation that I just had with Shahid regarding, the importance of, protecting yourself, protecting your business, and especially small businesses and home-based businesses, because it is those businesses that are often targeted because of the notion of who's going to do it? It's just a small business. But I hope this conversation left you well informed, and you will take, precaution and measures so that your businesses are protected. But without wasting any time, let's go to a quick ad break. We'll see you right after this.